put this lotion on because I just got out of the shower, and so I need to grease my body, grease it up for y'all. So I won't be ashy on this live, but make sure that you click like as you are coming on to the video. Click like, subscribe to the channel, and things of that nature, because we finna have, like we've been doing some like heavy talking, and we not finna do heavy talking today. We just wanna get into some things today, and they're gonna be light things. They're not gonna be heavy. It's not gonna be heavy. We're not doing any heavy topics today. We're talking pack light. Yeah, it's gonna be a light sermon today. We're not doing any heavy stuff, so when you come into the live, when you find your way into the live, I have some things that I want to talk about, some things that I want to discuss with you all as you help me on my manifestation process. Yes, honey. Help me manifest. Help me do my manifestation spell. I'm trying to manifest. And I'm going to talk about the picture that I chose because I looked at several non-binary images. And that one was close. Like, that one was close to what I was looking for. Like, none of them really, like, gave me exactly what I'm looking for. But, like, it was two of them that I could have choose from. And I don't know. Maybe that's what it's calling for. I don't know. But we'll find out. Anyway, make sure y'all click like when y'all come on, and I'll be with you in a second. I'm just lubricating my vessel. I'm lubricating my body. I'm lubricating my body. Putting a little lubrication on my body. You gotta lubricate the body. You heard me? I'm just lubricating this body. Because this body needs lubricating, honey. Lubricating this vessel, honey. Making sure this vessel is lubricated. Yes, ma'am. To lubricate the vessel, honey. Lubricate the body. Make sure the body is lubricated. Lubricate the body. Lubrication, honey. Lubrication, if you please, bitch. Lubricate her. Lubricate her. It's gonna be my next song. Lubricate her. Lubricate her. Lubricate that bitch. Lubricate her. Lubricate that girl. Lubricate her. Come on and lubricate that girl. Ma'am, honey, she be needing lubrication. You must be lubricating that thing. Lubricated Nasna. Lubricate the body. Lubricate the body. Lubricate that thing, go. Go lubricate her, go. Lubricate her. Lubricate that body. Lubricate that body, honey. Put some lubrication on that body, girl. Put some lubrication on that body, girl. Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Lubricate the body, queen. Come on and lubricate her. Don't let her be dry. Don't let her be ashy. You got to lubricate that thing, baby. Girl, I was giving Shia LaBeouf, girl. It was giving Shia LaBeouf, girl. Girl, Shia LaBeouf, girl. She was in the buff, girl. She was naked, girl. She was naked for y'all, bitch. She was naked for you, Mo. Bitch, she ain't had no clothes on, girl. Girl, cover them things, girl. Cover up your trinkets, girl. I've got gadgets and gizzards aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs, bitch? I've got 20, bitch. No big deal. But who cares? I want more. Walking around, what do you call it? Feel when it's my turn. Yes, I wanna have, I wanna play on in the side. Okay, let's have a conversation. The grill. Yeah. Yeah. So I am so excited. Girl, my boobs is so big, girl. I wish they was. Girl, that's why I gotta lose some more weight, girl, because some things is big. But yeah. So I am really like in love with my vagina. I'm in love with my neo vagina. With my nuke, with my nuke and cranny, with my guts, my new guts. My rejuvenated guts. Is that what I want? I am just like I've been spending time. Yesterday was the first day that I did not do the dilation process twice. I only did yeah, so I only did it once yesterday and I typically do it twice. But I did it once yesterday and yeah, I'm just really really like I'm really really happy with where I am. I'm very happy with the journey. Like I don't know, I just can't explain it. I can't explain like the last time when I got it done, I did not feel the same connection that I feel this time. I did not feel as as connected. I did not feel as invested. And you would think that the first time I had it done, now don't get me wrong, I was really excited about it. Like I was really excited, but I didn't realize the labor that it would take, to make it be what I needed it to be so that I could enjoy just having vaginal, penetration. Um, yeah, like that was devastating going through that period of, and I think you go through things so you can learn, but that was devastating going through that period of, I get my orgasm, and it's like in my mind, like if I get my nut, if I get off, I want to make sure that my partner gets off. Most of my partners had penises. So, and because I have all this ass, I typically attract men with big penises. And a lot of them be expecting booty. They be expecting anal because when they find out your T, they like, oh well, that's how you started off doing it, so you used to doing it that way. So they be expecting to get some from you. And so it's like some of them will pretend like they can't get no nut in the vagina, or they'll pretend like they can't ejaculate in the vagina so that they could flip you over and go in your booty. And even though I enjoyed it, because I mean I have been doing it, for a long time. Like I was used to it. Even though I enjoyed it, I think it's
like when they say like how you could be getting raped, but your body can still respond because the body responds in a different way. So, you could have someone who is violently doing something to you that's violent and that you don't want done to you, but your body will still respond. And I think it was just because I was so used to having to respond that way, I would go ahead and do it. And then after it was over with, I would really feel away. Now I'm making sure that I do the work of making sure that I have an adequate space, making sure that I have capacity, doing my rituals, doing my creams, doing my dilation, doing everything that I need to do to make sure that there's adequate space, for climax, and I've been doing the work like and during that time I've been falling more in love with that space. Like I've been falling more in love with this area of my body. I think um, part of the sadness and the detachment that was connected to the space when I first got it done was I remember I was telling Jasmine Bonet, and this is no slight to Jasmine Bonet. I love her and I respect her, as an elder, a beautiful, elder in our community. But when elders say things to you, they stick with you, for better or for worse. And so, I know that I'm stepping into my elder years because I'm almost 50 years old. I'm getting ready to be 48 next year. So I know I'm stepping into my elder years. And so I try to be really, really mindful at how I talk to people that are younger than me, when I talk to younger beings in my community, because hey, 100% pure love, because I know it's going to stick with you. I know that it is going to I know that it's going to follow you. I know that it's going to stick with you. And so and so she told me, she was like, cause I think she had her orchiectomy, and she was like, why would you have a sex change? You know, you can't have no baby anyway. You know, she was like, you can't have no baby anyway, and I was like, and I really didn't have a response for that. And there's a lot of girls who say things like that. Like, I talked to me and Diamond Styles talked about the sex change, and she was another girl that said, you can't have no baby with it. Maybe if the technology was updated, then I would want it. And so that's been a lot of, the rhetoric from, some girls who opt not to have the surgery or who don't want to have the surgery. It's like, you can't have no baby with it. And and to me, now having been on this journey of being post-op for oh my goodness, this is my 10-year anniversary. This was my 10-year anniversary. So my revision was my 10-year gift to myself, cuz I had the original surgery in 2014, so 2024 makes 10 years. So, happy 10-year anniversary to me. This was a gift to myself for my 10-year anniversary. And being on this journey for 10 years, I've met all kinds of beings who were born with vaginas and beings who crossed over to have one, and not, and of course, the ones that, opted to have the surgical journey, who had the surgical journey, of course, they have not had babies per se, crying physical babies, but it is a birthing process that I don't want to like diminish or dishonor. But there are beings who are born with wombs who choose not to have babies, who don't want to have babies, who can have babies, and that doesn't make that sacred space any less meaningful. It doesn't make it any less sacred. It doesn't make it any less valuable, unless that's specifically what you want a vagina for. Is like, if that's where you see your worth, I'm not here to dismiss that. That's an amazing journey. That's something beautiful to do. If it wasn't for beings who were bringing babies here, who had the capacity to bring babies here, if they didn't, then none of us would be here. the jury is still out on whether that's a good or bad thing. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, I think we're in hell. I think we're in hell, and that we are in. I think that we are in higher spaces. I think that we are probably in a more heaven like space, and it's like we just get sucked down that canal. Like, because I think when you're still in the womb, like that's the last part of heaven, like right before you get sucked into whatever bull crap this is. So because I believe in a soul and I believe that I'm an eternal being, I don't really know if I am the best person to just praise the birthing process, because I feel like, what are we being birthed into? And this is no shade to all the beings who birth. I still honor them and celebrate them, but again, what are we being birthed into? And so now, with that knowledge and that understanding of self, and knowing that I was somewhere else before, and knowing that I was probably in a more beautiful and welcoming space, I probably did not come from a transphobic space. I probably did not come from a space that hated black people. I probably did not come from a space where the best choices we had to guide us were Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I don't think that before I came through that portal, before I shot like a comet from the father into the mother, and I was being developed inside of that space, and I was growing inside of that space. I think that I was probably somewhere probably more beautiful. I mean, my dad my dad made my mother and my father, when they created me, when they brought me here, I want to say it like that. When they came together and summoned me here, my father was very young, and so his body, his universe, his solar system, his cells, they were healthier, they were stronger. My mom was fit and she was in good shape, and so her temple was right, her universe were right. And so when they summoned me here, the particles that came together to create me, child, they was young and vibrant, and my father was sickening when he was young, and my mother was sickening too, and they was healthy and they were beautiful. And so I know the universes that I came from, the beings that came together, and the seed and the egg, that I came from during that time. Like, of course it's deteriorated over the time, from choices that we make in life. But when they came together and created me, I came from a beautiful place. I know I came from a beautiful place. And I think that, that space has just as much, if not more value than the space that we're in now. And so I celebrate people who do birth, but I am no longer in this place of feeling like, oh, because I cannot bring anything here. Because for me personally, it's selfish. I don't blame other people for wanting that validation. Some people would say me wanting to physically change my body is selfish. Me not being happy with what I came here with is selfish. So I'm not fixing to give you too much because you want to birth the child. I'm not going to give you too much because you want to bring a baby here. Because people could say, oh, you changed your body. Oh, you went and got breasts. Oh, you went and got a vagina. Oh, you went and did all these things to yourself. That's selfish. You didn't need all of that. You should have been happy with what God gave you. And just so I'm not gonna be too self-righteous and say, oh, you need to go and adopt, and why you want to make a baby, and da 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 da. But just understand that if you ever come for me and tell me that I'm selfish, the sword cut both ways. The same way you can book me, I can book you. It works both ways. Like, I selfishly wanted to embody the mother and the father, and you selfishly wanted to be a mother and a father. We both were fruitful and multiplied in our own way. I multiplied my body, multiplied and subtracted, and you multiplied in another way. You know, um, But but yeah, so like having that understanding and just having grown spiritually and just being in a different place with the whole, feeling like I need to be a mama and feeling like I need to give birth and feeling like if I can't do that then it ain't, I'm just so glad that that is not an issue anymore. When I look down between my legs, when I'm dilating and I'm looking down at that space, I'm seeing my body, I'm seeing the strength of my body. I'm seeing my body restore itself. I'm seeing my body heal itself. I'm seeing my living tissue. I'm seeing how much alive I'm still am. I'm seeing how strong my genetics are. I'm seeing how strong my DNA is. And I'm looking down there between my legs and I'm looking at the miraculous sacrifice, that's going on down there. I'm looking at my body, reconfiguring itself and me being whole in a different way. My wholeness has been reconfigured. My wholeness has been transmuted, and that's the feeling that I have. And it's and the dilation process is not as painful as it was. I do have to breathe through it. And I think that's why I think it's helping with my stomach like a little bit. Like I have been eating like some bready stuff. Like I've been eating like some bready stuff. Like I'm getting ready to eat a pizza now. But I think it's been helping with my stomach because when you dilate, you have to like you kind of like this. And so like when you dilating, you have to kind of like you gotta and so like while you doing it, you working your stomach like and so it's like I'm like working my fucking stomach like while I'm dilating. So and I have to do it twice a day. So it's almost like I'm doing crunches or like I'm doing. I think my stomach could be a lot fatter if I made different eating choices. Because really, honestly and truly, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I'm not fucking right now. I'm not getting no dick. Like, bitch, let me have this. Like, bitch, I ain't having sex. Can I get these wings? Can I eat this pizza? Yeah. Not every cis woman wants to be able to have a baby. Those girls should just say they like playing with their I don't I mean I could say that I think that that would be the T with one of them, but I don't think that that would be the T with Jasmine because Jasmine have a orchiectomy. I think Jasmine just don't really value sex right now. I think some girls get the orchiectomy. Yeah, everyone is selfish. And some girls get the orchiectomy and they just don't have a desire anymore. And I know that because I go through my seasons, where I just don't even much be worried about sex. But connection and touch, is so important to me. And I'm not trying to get Armageddon and Doomsday on this live because I don't want it to be too heavy. The birthing process shows up in many different ways. I agree. Um, I don't want to make it look like I had it near my birthday also. Oh, all right, congratulations. Honestly, I agree. I'm semi post op. Okay, so this is the thing that I wanna like for me I'm starting to set my intentions on my next partner, and like I said again, I don't want to get you like doomsday Armageddon, but I've had this recurring vision my whole life, and I've had this feeling that I don't know if it's going to be a spiritual war or if it's going to be a combination of a spiritual and a physical war. I don't know if it's going to be a war that starts off physical and ends spiritual, but I do feel like before I leave this earth, I'm going to see parts of that. Um, and my partners always come in twos. So what happens is that literally when I go without sex for a certain amount of time, and now I haven't had penetrative sex or even oral or anything like that since July the 9th. So October the 9th will be 3 months. And I want to go all the way to January. But I will be clear to try in December. So I want to go all the way to January though. I want to wait till next year. I want to wait till 2025. And how it typically works for me is that I attract a guy who I'm going to just kind of like experience with first. Like I attract someone who's gonna like me and they're gonna be consistent with me, and they always pretend like they want to be in a relationship. Like this is such a pattern with me. Like they tell me, "Oh, I like you. I want to be with you," and I believe it. And for about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, we be good. You know, and then we get through the honeymoon phase, and I realize that you playing in my face, and then I bump into the one that I'm really supposed to be with, and we are together, for a long period of time. We're together, I'll be with that person from anywhere for 6 months to years, so like that'll be it's always the playmate that comes before the mate. So um I think I'm okay with that happening this time because I feel like the one that comes first, that's gonna be my practice. Considering, what I just went through, like I'm gonna have someone that I could practice with, but then it's a part of me that's like, I don't want the practice. I wanna practice with that one. Like, and I want my next partner. I'm not discrediting any of the loves that I've had, any of the partners that I've had. I've had some beautiful experiences that have been complex and have really, really challenged me and given me headaches, but I wouldn't trade any of, my actual loves. I wouldn't trade any of them. But I don't know if it's because when I get with partners, there's always this little thing in the back of my mind is, girl, is you about to slide into, you know, cisgender mode and start living in stealth and be like, forget your assignment, girl, lay lur bye, girl, forget all this non-binary they them stuff, girl. Just to be the girl, be the tuna, be the cunt, girl, be her, girl, just lull yourself into delusion with him, girl, and y'all go to movies and go to plays and go to football games and just do stuff as a couple and just live your best life, just travel and go on cruises and be like, and I already understand that my partner is gonna have to be on the same type of time as me because I realize when I meet partners that aren't ready to fulfill my mission, if they're not ready to collaborate on that mission, God is always find some way to remove them from my life. And so it definitely have to be somebody who built for the mission, who's built for the assignment, who is not going to be trying to get me to go into stealth, who's not going to be trying to get me to deny my wholeness, who's not going to be trying to get me to maneuver like a halfling. And so that's why I posted the non-binary picture. Even though I see my relationship differently, because I do want to be with a queer person, I would like them to have a penis, if I'm just keeping it real. Um, I feel like I have enough. I feel like I have enough Yanni energy. Now, I'm not saying that it's out the window. I'm not saying that I would not be with a person who was born with a vagina if I felt like it was a real connection and that they was so and they was loyal and they was solid. But what I find with a lot of trans masculine beings and beings who was born with vaginas is that they want to be centered in the relationship. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I am all about worshiping you, but you're going to worship me too. I don't need you to give me a child. So you can't lord that over me. You can't use that to place value because there are trans masculine beings who still use that the same way that biological females do. That females born with wombs do. Will hold that womb over your head and be like, "Look what I did. Look what I can do. I'm more important than you. You're the sidekick." And so like, and I'm being really transparent. I'm not gonna deal with that energy. I can I'm not. I'm not. I think that's how the matriarchy failed. That energy. I think that's how patriarchy became a thing. That energy. And so when I see it in a being that was born with a womb, I don't give a damn if you masculine, if you feminine, if you have the type of energy where you trying to sun me or sidekick me and you think me and you about to be in a relationship, not gonna work. I don't need to be worshiped and I don't need you bowing down and groveling to me, but I do need you to see me as your equal. I do need you not to see me as inferior. And I'm not going to be with any being, whether you have a penis or vagina or a mixture of both, that thinks that I'm your sidekick. I will not be with a man who treats me like his sidekick, and I will not be with a male who treats me like their sidekick, and I will not be with a female that treats me like their sidekick. That's the whole point of Laylim Layler. Kaneen, king, queen, mother, father. It's about bringing in balance. It's about hybriding the patriarchy with the matriarchy. And so we have to model that in our relationship. We have to model balance. And I have not met someone born with a vagina that did not think that deep down inside, bitch, I'm the reason for the season. None of this would be possible without me. I have not met one. Now, if I met a partner that was born with a vagina, that knew how to say, okay, we are equals, we're gonna work together. I am not going to try to make this about me all the time. I'm not going to make this about me all the time. And the horrible thing is, you hear it in relationships when trans women and trans men get together. Like all of the trans women and the trans men who have gotten together years ago, some of them are still together and a lot of them are not. And it was because even in that, they could not find balance. They could not find balance. They could not find a healthy balance. I don't want somebody that I'm going to rule over, but I also don't want anyone who's going to try to rule over me because that's either creating a matriarchy or that's creating a patriarchy. And I don't want that anymore. So, if and another thing, this same thing happens with androgynous males. If you go into the two-spirited, dual-spirited looking male, because they're so confident with themselves, because they've accepted themselves, and a lot of them, they still have that magic wand. They feel like, oh, I want to be with another man. Because, men will become of themselves. And so there's the shade with them too. And so it's like finding a partner that can match my energy. Cause as powerful as I am, I'm just as humble. Everybody doesn't get to see that. My partner does though. And that's a lot of times like when I'm my most vulnerable, and when and that's, I need somebody who's gonna be there for me. And I really want something specific because I see myself traveling a lot. I want a partner who's gonna be able to travel with me. I want a partner that's gonna be able to go on cruises with me. I want a partner who's gonna be just as committed to the work as I am. I want us to have that bond. I don't want it to be my vision. I want it to be like, damn, I was on the same frequency. I was on the same vibe. I was talking about the same stuff. And then we meet each other and it's like, bam, like I'm not giving you a vision. I'm not giving you something to believe in. You were already there. You was just saying the same stuff I was saying a different way. You were already there. You were already on that frequency. You was already on the same type of time I was. And then when we met each other, everything just clicked. Like that's what I want now. I don't want to be with somebody who, I gave you a dream, I gave you a vision, or you gave me a dream, or you gave me a vision. I want us to be on the same type of time. I want us to be on the same frequency. I want us to be on the same vibe. And I do, because I'm so comfortable in my body now. I do want to dress more masculine. I want to wear suits. I want to wear like my little androgynous suits. I want to get my, my Ellen DeGenerate on. Like I want to give you like, butch femme. So I don't mind a being who likes to present more feminine, who likes to present, who likes to do a little bit more, like maybe wear a little eye makeup, wet fabric, soft fabric, and give you a little, I want them to have protective energy, and I want them to be strong, but I want them to also be feminine. Like I want them to be confident in their femininity. But I don't want them to be so arrogant and so full of themselves that they feel like they're doing me a favor by being with me. I don't want to be with somebody who feels like they're the prize. Cause I don't feel like I'm the prize. I feel like we both are the prize. Like that mentality for me, that's that binary shit. That's that binary thinking. I'm the prize. You need to be happy you got me. No, we both are the prize. I'm honored to be with you. I'm honored to have you in my life. I'm so happy that I found you. And I want you to feel the same way about me. And I want us to worship each other. I want us to adore each other. I want us to be each other's inspiration. I want us to empower each other. I don't want to be in a dynamic where I feel like I'm so blessed to have you. I'm so happy that you, and I'm feeling like this and you're not. You're with me for cloud. You're with me because I can make doors open for us. I can make, nah, I don't want that. I don't want any of that. I want somebody who gonna go through the storm with me, and who gonna, and when the high times come, when the good times come, bitch, you're there for it too. Bitch, not only are you there for it, but you helped me manifest it. We manifested it together. Soon as we came into each other's life, a portal opened, and my whole life has changed. Your whole life has changed. We just opened a door. We opened a door that was right there the whole time, but we couldn't see it because we hadn't, that energy, that spark. We had to touch hands, honey. We had to lock eyes for that portal to open. And be willing to ride through it all, because both of us know without a shadow of a doubt That this is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning of a new one. And honestly and truly, I would like us to go together. Like when it's time to cross that divide, bitch, I don't want to leave them here and I don't want them to leave me here. Bitch, I want us to go together. Tell them hoes we go together. When it's time for us to go be with the ancestors, tell them hoes we going together. We go together. Tell them hoes we going together. If I'm being honest, bitch. Bitch, I want them to be like, I know you already got some lovers over there waiting for you, baby, and they gonna have to wait because I'm coming with you, bitch. They ain't finna be popping all over you while I'm still down here in this motherfucking hell, bitch. No, bitch. We going together. Now, we'll have a tribe there. We'll have a tribe there. You know, you can have your little pieces, your little things. I'm gonna have my little things, but you know where we at with each other, right? You know where we at with each other, right? I'm an orchid too. Oh, you're an orchid. Okay. Uh, my last ex and I couldn't find the balance because of trauma and lack of navigation. Somebody that can match your frequency. Right. Right. She say, is somebody gonna match my freak? No, is somebody gonna match my frequency? It's I need you to be on the same type of time that I'm on. Literally. We ain't gotta try to figure it out because it's innately who we are. Like that's legitimately who we are. And I just hope that the ancestors don't make me wait forever for this person because I'm being so specific about what I want and I'm being so honest and so clear. And sometimes when you really, really clear and you really, really honest about what you want, the universe will play in your face and be like, you gonna have to wait for that. The universe will play in your face and be like, you gonna have to wait for that fan. You got to wait for that fan. But I know this is the being that I'm ready for. You know, the being that I'm ready for is the being that is going to be the missing piece to me unlocking parts of myself and them unlocking parts of themselves that is gonna be supernatural. That's what I want. Which I want to be with somebody that when we lay down in the bed together, you literally can feel the magic. You literally can feel the sorcery. You literally can feel the alchemy. Bitch, I want to float after bed. When we connect, I want to be getting downloads. I want to be remembering things. I want to be getting flashes and stuff. Baby, I want to start speaking different languages. I want to start remembering stuff that I forgot. Like that's that's the connection that I am big in my ancestors for, and I'm just praying for because I know, they say that our partners are on the other side, but it's time for them to come here. Like I think it's been meant, like they say in the books that our partners are in other worlds, but this is the age of Aquarius where things come together, and I think that it's time for our partners, those of us who have not been able to find that main partner who opens those doors and unlocks those portals. It's time for them to come here. It's time for it to merge. It's time for them to come. So I need you to step out of the shadow. I need a portal to open. I need for you to come. I need for you to find me because I am ready. I am ready. I am ready for love. Why are you hiding from me? I don't know the rest of the words, but you get the point. I am ready for love, baby. Sometimes we, the wrong women, we are maybe ahead of time, but the hope is still there. It is. It is. And with that said, I am going to light a candle. I'm going to light a couple of candles, as a matter of fact. Ooh, ah. I'm going to light 3 candles today. And these candles are going to be representative of past, present, and future. Becoming one time in one space. Past, present, future. Now, I want to explain this piece before I get off the live. Because this is one of my latest pieces. So I want to explain this before I get off the live. So somebody guessed that this was a butterfly. And somebody also guessed that these were a whole bunch of caterpillars. But what we didn't really get, so this is called spectromorphous. And what it is about is a spectrum. So that's why there's so many different colors, and it's how we all fit together as a tribe and how we all show up differently, but we're all connected. And when we come together, because see, all of these different caterpillar looking beings, they're, in reality, it's us. And so we're all connecting. And this is kind of like what centers it. So over here, a lot of them are being centered by masculinity or masculine energy. And a lot over this side, a lot of them are being centered by feminine energy. But as they go, like come in, there's that balance right in the middle, which is purple. And what I find so interesting with my spirituality, talking about this balance of masculine and feminine, when we think about the political warfare that's going on right now, it's literally the division of the masculine and the feminine energy. Whether you want to see this as the masculine energy, because red is sometimes viewed as masculine energy, or you want to see this as the feminine energy because blue is associated with Yemaya, and so blue is sometimes the feminine energy. So whatever you want to see, if you want to see blue as the feminine energy or red as the masculine energy, or you want to see this as the masculine energy and you want to see this as the feminine energy, regardless, this war that we have is important. The Democrats versus the Republicans is an important war. It's an important divide because as long as they are warring, we will always have a binary. We will always have either a matriarchal system or a patriarchal system. And let's be clear, if it is not whole and if it is not balanced, it's just one channeling the other. Any lopsided system that is only honoring half of itself or a portion of itself is suppressing other parts of itself, and so it's not whole. So whether we're under a matriarchy or a patriarchy, it's just one channeling the other. It's not them owning all of themselves. It's not them saying, I am all of these things. It's them trying to make us think that. And so in healing ourselves, in healing this, this becomes the centerpiece. Like this, like these literally, this is a butterfly, this is a butterfly. So this can be its own individual butterfly. And this could be its own individual butterfly. But when the spectrum heals, we can see it's all a huge gigantic butterfly. Like it's one butterfly, two butterfly, and this butterfly is made up all these little bitty caterpillars that's helping it to have its wings. It's this one this butterfly is made up of all these caterpillars on the side of it, helping it to have its wings. But then when the spectrum heals, right there in the middle, you get that being in the middle, honey, and it becomes just this gigantic butterfly. And so that's what I want to see happen with our political system, with our world. I was watching this amazing being the other day speak on TikTok. Um, I think she identifies as a she, but I do get non-binary energy. But she was talking about how when we collectively come together, when we collectively start to agree, when we collectively start to share the same thoughts, we can bring heaven to earth. And we cannot bring heaven to earth until we can start to collectively share thoughts. Until we and they during the time before patriarchy, when the world was mostly beings who were born with wombs, that's literally how they would create. They would get together in a circle and they would hold hands and they would think something and they would all think it and they wouldn't have any distractions and they would literally be able to manifest it. All of them just had to be on the same wavelength. All of them just had to be on the same frequency. They could literally make themselves fly, but they all had to be in agreement. And so um, people think that this Democratic and Republican war that has chosen to use um, the red versus blue is coincidental. No, it's not. It is a huge portion of our energy, and some of our most powerful warlocks, and some of our most powerful witches, and some of our most powerful sorcerers, and some of our most powerful alchemists are helping to maintain this war, this divide of the masculine and the feminine energy. The Democrats, they they have these values of wanting to bring everything together. You could see that in the Democratic Party. The New World Order, that is this idea of trying to bring everything together. But it's corrupt because it's missing some of the values of the Republican Party, because in the Republican Party there's a need to conserve. There's a need to take care of things. Sometimes it's at the harm and the detriment of a lot of people. And so that's a conversation that needs to be had collectively. There's more people that need to be in this conversation because maybe there's information and maybe there's solutions that we're just not getting because we don't have enough people who are at the table to have this conversation. And so um I definitely feel like seasons can change and they don't have to stay like this. We can see and manifest something different. We can create something different by being willing to heal the divide. It is not by by chance that the red is fighting the blue every 4 years. Now, let's be clear, the number four is associated with the divine feminine. So every 4 years, there's a war that pits blue, which is traditionally associated with masculine energy, against red, which is traditionally associated with feminine energy. every 4 years, a number that's associated with the divine feminine, there's a war to maintain patriarchy. And the war is getting old. It's getting old. It's getting old. And it's time for the war. It's time to heal. And it's time for us to create that. It's time for us to strengthen that purple space. It's time for us to strengthen this. Because when we strengthen this, then we will all be able to fly. Now you see it. When we strengthen our core, when we strengthen that middle ground, we will all be able to fly. Amen, a woman. So that's the message for the day. That's why I love my art. It just really just it does so much for me mentally, spiritually, and emotionally when I look at my paintings because they really just take me on a journey. It's not about the stroke of the brush and how perfect the image look. It's about the message. Like when I paint stories. I don't paint pictures. I paint stories. Amen, a woman. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to get off this live. I have enjoyed talking and sharing with y'all today. Thank you so much, 100% pure love, for coming on here and doing what you needed to do. Thank you, Dave, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Dave and Carmine. I think I'm saying that right. But anyway, thank you for all your feedback and all you have shared today. And to Miss Ink 2020, I haven't been having, so I don't make them smell it, no. But anyway, that's all I got for today. As I blow out these candles on the physical plane, they grow with intensity and purpose, preparing us for times that are now. As you come on to the live, please be sure to click like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining me today for this laid back live where we talked about love and new Nookie. Updated Nookie. Rebooted Nookie. Amen, a woman. Down but down that I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning. Iangani, Iyanko, Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God Goddess, and if I am, you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square. We too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair, ill by bosowa, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. Lay lim, lay lar. Make sure y'all leave some purple hearts in the chat. And also, I like the 5 purple hearts. The purple hearts represent earth, air, fire, water, and this is heart, spirit, or soul. So it's earth, air, fire, water, and this one is heart, spirit, or soul, whichever language you want to use. We put them together, and with that, we can manifest. We can do alchemy. We can open portals. We can shift things. Amen. A woman. I love y'all. Past, present, future. See y'all later. I didn't get my purple hearts in my chat, so hopefully I will get them under the video, cause I ain't getting no purple hearts. Oh, I gotta lay lim lay lurdo, and you almost spelled it right. So you gotta put an I right there. You got to do Lelim. Then you do L. You spell Layler right, which is let her, but you spell let him wrong. That's Laylam, Layler. It's Laylim, Lim, Laylim, Layler. Okay, but baby, I know what you meant, and that's what's important. I know what you meant. I know there's a God goddess. I know there was a God goddess. I know there was a whole one.